And what if everything you believed about yourself was a lie? If your identity, your name, and even the blood in your veins hid a secret capable of changing the fate of entire kingdoms? That's exactly what happened to Jon Snow, the supposed bastard of Winterfell, when he discovered that his true origin was anything but ordinary. For years, Jon lived as the illegitimate son of Ned Stark. Marked by the heavy word bastard, he grew up in the shadows of his siblings, carrying the stigma of not fully belonging either to the home that took him in or to the world outside. His refuge became the Wall, where he swore loyalty to the Night's Watch, believing he would find purpose there. But destiny had something far greater reserved for him, something Jon himself could never have imagined. The truth about his lineage was one of the most shocking revelations in Game of Thrones. Jon Snow was not just a Stark, but also the son of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen. He carried within him the union of two of Westeros' most powerful houses. The bastard of Winterfell was, in fact, the rightful heir to the Iron Throne. And thinking about that is overwhelming. The young man who always saw himself as a lesser, as a burden, discovered he was part of a legacy capable of changing history. And, ironically, it was his humility, his honor, and his sense of justice that made him more worthy than anyone else to rule. The revelation scene is packed with symbolism. While others sought crown, gold, and glory, Jon carried only the desire to protect those he loved and fight for what was right. He was the kind of king not born to rule, but one who ruled because there was no other choice. Because the world needed him, and perhaps that was his true strength. But this truth also carried the weight of tragedy. Discovering his Targaryen blood was not a gift, but a burden. He never asked for the throne, never desired power, and yet his existence endangered alliances, passions, and destinies. Even his forbidden love for Daenerys Targaryen became a cruel dilemma, a heart divided between affection and responsibility, between fire and ice. And since we're talking about surprising revelations, let me open a quick parenthesis here. Have you seen the new TCL QM7K55? Man, this TV is making waves in 2025. Insane picture quality, vivid colors, cinematic brightness, and the best part, a price that crushes the competition. It's no exaggeration to say it might be the best cost-benefit TV of the year. It's like having a piece of Westeros in your living room. Every detail in high definition, as if dragons were flying right in front of you. If you want to feel every emotion of Game of Thrones as if you were there, it's definitely worth checking out. Back to Jon Snow. The most incredible thing is how this revelation didn't turn him into someone arrogant or ambitious. On the contrary, it reinforced his essence even more. Jon didn't want to rule. He only wanted the world to have a chance against the coming darkness. And maybe that's why so many people identified with him, because deep down, we've all felt out of place, without a clear role in the world, until discovering that within us lies something greater than we ever imagined. Jon Snow is proof that true royalty doesn't come from blood, but from character. He became a leader because people believed in him, because his integrity was unbreakable, because he could choose what was right, even when the right path came at too high a cost. And that's something no dragons, no armies, no crowns could ever take away from him. This revelation also worked as a metaphor for life. Sometimes we spend years believing a limited truth about who we are until a situation, a choice, or even a pain makes us realize that we carry within us a strength far beyond what we imagined. In the end, Jon Snow was only a bastard in name. In practice, He was a king made of ice and fire, of sacrifice and hope. And perhaps the greatest lesson his story leaves us is this: it doesn't matter how you begin, but how you choose to rise when the weight of truth falls upon you. And now I ask you, if your life hid an origin capable of changing everything around you, would you have the courage to carry that burden? Or would you prefer to keep living in the comfortable lie you've always known?